Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Now I'm really excited to film this video. I feel like I say that at the start of all of my camp videos. It is currently the 8th of June. I fly to camp on the 10th, which is nuts. Me and Summer are actually travelling to Manchester tomorrow and we're staying in a hotel. I think I've mentioned that in another video, I'm not too sure. So literally I have like all day today and then a little bit of tomorrow before we head down, which is nuts. I cannot believe how fast this has come around, but that also camp being so close also brings a lot of nerves and excitement, and I've had so many of you guys message me asking for tips on settling nerves, feeling like anxious, worried about going, and so I wanted to do this video now. And it is later than I would have liked to have filmed, obviously since leaving Australia, going to Bali, everything has been absolutely crazy. So I thought it's still best to get it out now, even if it is a little bit later than I would have liked, because this is going to be like my tips on settling camp nerves, how to ease things, feeling a bit anxious, like different things you can maybe do to help the process feel so much smoother. So yeah, I'm excited to put this together. It's going to be quite quick. It's not going to be one of my lengthy videos. I just want to fire out some little tips, ways to help, just so you're not sat watching this for ages. But first off, I just want to say that it is completely normal to feel nervous. It is completely normal to feel anxious, to worry about missing home, to thinking you're going to feel homesick. It would actually be more strange if you didn't feel those feelings right now. So I just want to put that out there, that what you're doing by going and working at a summer camp in America, it's a huge thing and it's not something to just be taken lightly. Like, it is a big deal, and you're uprooting your life, you're moving to America for the summer, potentially going all by yourself. Some of you maybe have never flown before, some of you have maybe never gone to America before. It's a big thing. So all of these feelings that you're feeling right now are completely normal. I still feel nervous going to camp 4 years on. This is my 4th summer at camp. I started back in 2018, which is nuts to think in itself, but those feelings still apply even now. I know other people that are feeling nervous that went to camp before. It's just mixed with excitement and everything, and obviously for you guys going for the first time, it is going to feel very overwhelming and very scary because it's just the unknown. And even though you might have met people from going to your camp, or you might have connected to a lot of people and you feel like you know who you're going with, that's amazing, but it's still going to feel overwhelming. It's still going to feel unnatural because it's the first time doing it. So yeah, that was my little intro. I just want to say it is normal, so please don't worry if you're feeling like this, because it's normal. It's the way it should be. It's the way you should feel. And like I say, you would feel, it would be weird if you didn't feel that way. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm just going to go on to some tips. So thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy. Okay, I have just jotted down a few on my phone because I didn't want to forget any. I always literally finish filming a video, I'm like, oh, I forgot to mention that. So I thought I'm going to write everything down. So yeah, my first thing was just what I said, just a little disclaimer. It's completely normal to feel like this. Don't feel like don't invalidate these feelings because you're like, oh, like I should be really excited about going, maybe it's not the right thing if I'm feeling like this. Honestly, don't feel like that at all. The nervous feelings are exactly how you should be feeling. And I just want to put into perspective, when I first went to camp, my mom flew out to New York with me, and she then put me on a bus from Port Authority all the way to this little town called Honesdale, and I cried the entire journey. Genuinely, I was like, oh my god, what have I done? Like, I've just left my mum in New York. What is going on? This is the wrong thing for me completely. And as soon as I got to camp, it was like I'd been welcomed into this amazing family, and I felt so at home straight away, which was such a nice feeling. But yeah, like I say, 4 years on, I still feel nervous about going to camp. Like, I have crazy butterflies. It's definitely mixed with excitement, and I'm just buzzing to see everyone again, but the nerves are there, definitely there. But yeah, on to some actual tips now. My first one would definitely be, if you haven't got to camp yet, obviously some people will have been at camp for a few weeks now. I know someone that's been there for ages, so obviously this, like I say, was later than I wanted to put this out, but at least it's here. So yeah, if you haven't got to camp yet, I would definitely say try and reach out to people that are going to your camp, either by using my Facebook group. I'll leave a little screenshot here. Have a little join of that. This has been amazing for bringing so many people together, and it's helped people connect, whether they're flying together, going to the same camp, wanting to do travels after camp, like loads of different things. So definitely maybe throw something in there. If you more than likely you will have a group chat with your camp now by this point anyway, so make sure you've reached out. If there's WhatsApp groups, if there's camp specific Facebook groups, put yourself out there and message people. Try and just like ease those nerves, because it's really nice to know you've maybe got a familiar face the other side when you get there. Even though, like, it won't matter if you don't do this, because you will feel, like I say, so welcome and at home, hopefully within your first few days anyway. But yeah, I think definitely having those connections with a few people that are going to your camp really helps ease the whole process. A big group of people going to my camp this year have actually, most of them have already met, and they're doing this big trip to New York. They're going to be there for like 5 days, but some of them have never met before, and it's nice that it kind of brings you together just going to the same camp. So definitely try and reach out. make some connections, make some friends before going, and hopefully ease that whole initial worry of getting to camp and not knowing anyone. Okay, next one is try and find a travel partner. Now, again, put something in my group chat. Loads of people have been putting on recently, is anyone flying on this date? Is anyone going from here? Again, it's just nice to maybe have someone to share that initial travel bit with. Obviously, I went with my mom the first time, and that was a lifesaver for me. Obviously, that's not easy for everyone to just do. I literally expect my mom to come to New York with me every summer now because of that first one. But like, me and Summer are flying together, and I'm sure there's going to be loads of people at the airport that are going to camp as well. Even if you're not necessarily going to the same camp, even if you're on the same flight, or even just being at the airport at the same time as someone else, or even just having someone to message, like even just being able to message someone that could be flying on a completely different day, it just helps ease the whole thing. I just want to say as well, guys, if any of you want to message me at any point, please do. I've been speaking to so many of you that are either traveling to camp or going in the next few days, or some of you have got to camp. Please reach out. Like, Instagram is the best way to reach out and message me. TikTok messages are absolutely horrendous. Like, no one gets notified when anyone messages on TikTok. So please message me on Instagram if you're worried about anything, if you just want to talk, if you just want to have someone there to talk camp with. I find that when I try and talk to people from home about camp, it's just never... Have I had this eyelash on under my eye this entire time? That's really going to have triggered me when I'm editing this back. Apologies. Sorry, that was a real side note. But yeah, I find when I'm talking to people from home, camp's just not understood by people that haven't been before. So please message me if you're worried about anything, if you just want to talk. Please, I will always get back to people and respond. I love speaking to you guys about everything camp related. So yeah, please just reach out, try and find a travel partner, or even just find someone to talk to ease the whole process. Okay, next up is take some home comforts. Now, I've spoken about this before, and I love like telling people, advising people to take these things. It's things that sometimes you overlook and don't remember to take. So some of my favourite things to take to camp, just to make me feel really homely and settled and just not really overwhelmed straight away, is definitely some photos. Print out some photos so you can stick them up in your bunk, like whether they're Polaroid photos, just normal printed photos. They're just really nice to have near your bed. Obviously you won't be able to put these up straight away because normally you won't know your bunk set up as soon as you get to camp, but they're just nice to have, and knowing that you've got them, and then taking pictures throughout the summer, and then hopefully be able to get some of those printed. I would go to Walmart and get some of my camp photos printed, and then be able to stick those up in my bunk as well. So that's definitely a good thing to take. I'd also say take some snacks from home. You won't realise how much you miss certain snacks until you get to America and you can't get them anymore. So whether you've got favourite sweets, favourite chocolate, favourite crisps, I'll never forget Sally. Like, she literally is obsessed with prawn cocktail crisps, and she will get them shipped to her if she has to. So make sure you have those little things, because it's nice that it reminds you of home, and like I say, you won't realise how much you miss it until you don't have it. You will obviously find other snacks and stuff that you enjoy and you love over in America, but having those little things to take with you is also really nice. A little teddy or a soft cuddly toy as well. I normally always take a Squishmallow to camp, and they're just nice to have. I love travelling with them as well because they're really comfy and it makes for a nice little pillow. So yeah, that's something that I love taking. I've got a little koala that I'm going to take this year that I actually bought in Australia, so I'm just so excited to get on my bed ready and set up and be all moved in. I just can't wait. One thing that actually I have taken to camp before, I'm not going to take this year I don't think, but it's like a pillowcase, or like the pillowcase that you normally sleep with. That's sometimes really nice as well, because when you first get to camp, the bedding will just be, at my camp it's just like standard bedding. We get sheets, pillowcases, blankets and stuff, but most people will then buy their own bedding, like new nice bedding, when they get to Target or Walmart. But having a pillowcase, you don't realise how easy it is to pack, and just being able to put it in, whether it's a pillowcase that you normally sleep with or a new one that you've bought, that as well can kind of make you feel like you're at home. And it's nice for you to have a nice pillowcase, especially if you are then going to eventually buy new bedding. It's nice to have that initially as well. But yeah, home comforts are nice because they will help you feel really settled straight away, and they do help with that little feeling of homesickness at the start. So yeah, I love that one. Okay, next up is make sure you're prepped and ready to go. The one thing you don't want to do is leave things last minute and then feel really stressed on top of feeling a little bit nervous and overwhelmed as well. Like, make sure you're minimizing any like things that can go wrong. So make sure you've got your documents ready, you've got your visa, your passport, any other things you need. Make sure your suitcase is packed. I am the worst one for this because I don't normally leave it last minute, but since everything's been so crazy, I've only just really finished packing. It's not fully finished yet anyway. Try and get that done early, just again, it avoids stress. Like, you can make sure you're under the weight limit, you can make sure that you're ready to go. So yeah, don't leave little things to the last minute, or try not to. I know sometimes it's completely out of your control, but just try and minimize those additional stress factors. So you're not having to worry about loads of things at once. You can just focus on getting to camp and being excited for that. Okay, try and go in really open-minded as well. If you go in feeling like, oh, I'm going to feel really homesick, I'm going to really miss home, chances are that you will if you've got those thoughts going through your mind. So try and go in completely open-minded, just excited for what is a new opportunity and something like nothing you'll ever have done before. But yeah, try not to think all those negative thoughts straight away. You will probably feel overwhelmed and things will feel strange those first few days, but try not to think about them all the time. Just go in and be as open-minded as you can, excited. You're going to meet so many amazing new people, have such an incredible experience, so try and think about all the positives as well. Okay, now imagine you've arrived at camp, you've got there, you've been on the bus or however you've got to camp, and you will feel overwhelmed those first few days. That isn't a big secret. You will feel like, oh my god, what is going on? What is this place? Who are all these people? It's completely normal to feel like that. I forget how overwhelming it can be those first few days, because you've gone from potentially going there on your own or with just a couple of people that you've met at camp, and you're going into what at my camp is such a huge staff. Like, we have something like over 300 staff, I think it is. Like, it's a big place, and then it's a lot of people to meet, and you've got to do like a lot of introductions, like, hi, my name's this, I'm from here. So it can be overwhelming, so just know that that again is probably going to be the way that you feel, and that's completely normal. I think a big thing that I say to everyone is make sure you communicate how you're feeling all the time. Communication is probably the biggest factor at camp for anything in general, but especially when you're feeling maybe a little bit nervous or homesick, there's people there to help. We want to make sure, like returners and head staff and even new staff, I want to make sure that everyone is having the best experience possible. We don't want people to come in and feel really anxious and nervous weeks and weeks into camp starting. We want to ease those feelings straight away. That's why orientation is normally designed the way that it is, because it really helps throw you in the deep end, but it helps you mix with people straight away. It helps you make those connections and feel as settled as possible. So you will find during orientation you will have so much fun, you'll meet so many people, and yeah, that it's designed the way that it is so that you don't feel like really, oh my god, I'm so homesick, I want to go home, because that's the last thing that anyone wants for anyone. So your camp will do everything in their power and however they can help you through whatever it is that you're feeling. So make sure you communicate, just talk to someone, even whether it's just another new counsellor or whether it's a returning counsellor or whether you feel comfortable talking to head staff. Head staff at my camp have always been so incredibly approachable that I feel I can go and talk to them about anything. Yeah, I could go and talk to anyone about anything, and the fact I feel like I communicate however I'm feeling in any aspect, whether it's my first day at camp or whether it's nearly at the end, like I can talk to anyone and they're going to help you through whatever it is that you're feeling. But yeah, whilst you're at camp those first few days, definitely just try and interact with as many people as possible. It is going to be like, oh my god, there's so many people here to talk to. How do I even begin remembering everyone's names or introducing myself? And you won't in those first few days. There'll be people that you're like, oh my god, I haven't spoke to you, I haven't even seen you. Like I say, orientation is designed to put you out of your comfort zone, but in a way that it helps you become the best version of yourself, and it really helps train you for camp and how the next few weeks are going to be. So yeah, definitely interact with as many people. Take orientation literally with everything. Like, don't take anything for granted in orientation. Any opportunity, anything, go for it, because that week or 10 days will go by so fast and you will miss orientation so much. I think I went off on a little tangent there. Basically, yeah, try and connect with as many people as soon as you get to camp, because it's going to ease all of those feelings straight away. And the last one is just get excited, guys. And this isn't really a tip, it's just obviously try and convince yourself of the amazing summer you are going to have, the incredible people you're going to meet, and just how much you're going to grow as a person, and focus on those excited, happy feelings. Like I said at the start, it is completely normal to feel overwhelmed and be really anxious about it and feel nervous about going to camp, but just don't feel like those feelings aren't valid, because they 100% are, and it's normal to feel like that, so don't worry at all. Again, it's easier said than done, all of these tips. Like, it's just nice for maybe you to focus, even if you pick up on one of them and that helps you through a little bit of your first few weeks transition at camp. I'll be the happiest ever if I've been able to help in some way whatsoever. But like I said at the start as well, please reach out to me if you just want to talk to someone, if you're feeling really worried, if you feel like you don't have someone that understands back home. Like I said, it's hard for people to understand what you're going through in terms of these feelings when that person hasn't gone to camp before. So yeah, my messages are always open. Comment on this video or just drop me a DM. I would love to chat to all of you, because camp is so soon and it is so exciting, and I can't wait for you all to experience camp, whether it's for the first time, second time, third time, fourth time. I just can't wait. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.